Hello and welcome to the Healing Circle, a modern day approach to spirituality hosted by the founder, Spiritual Wellness Christine. It is my mission to help people find an achievable approach to wellness and spiritual healing. With insights into the spiritual world, this weekly podcast will remind you of just how important it is to find balance in your busy life. Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining me today. I hope you're all well out there and your spirits are lifted. I was getting the kids out for school this morning and I really felt a rattle within. And I was more, little things were annoying me. The lunch boxes were out, the school bags the night before were ready to clean. The kids were taking longer to get out of their beds. And, as a mother, you're up going, come on, let's go. And they're like just being children, dragging themselves out of the bed. But I felt internally that there was this rattle inside me and I was getting overwhelmed and I was getting I could feel, if I'm going to be honest with you, a little bit of anger. As this emotion was bubbling up to the surface, I was like, why am I angry? Oh, because, everything is starting to get on my nerves. The lunches aren't ready. The kids aren't getting out of school. I want to get them out of school and get on with my day and do my bits. But where was the anger coming from? And as I could feel it bubbling up, I sort of stopped myself and rooted my soles, my feet into the ground. I was standing in the kitchen at the time. And I just sort of deep reflected mode. Just was like as if time stood still. And I was like, why am I angry? Why am I in such a rush to getting the kids out of school? That it's actually, if I let this anger boil up anymore, I'm going to start shouting at the children because I'm getting impatient and I'm getting frustrated with them. And then it stopped me and I thought, how many other mothers are out there and they have this inner conflict within them of, being the loving, supporting, caring mother, being the backbone of the family, let's be honest. And then some mornings just getting up and feeling that rattle. And how many mothers out there know when to identify when the rattle's coming and be able to stop themselves before they just literally blow the lid? Like, what made me stop? What made me really stop all the energies that are happening outside me to bring it inwards and say, Christine, what's happening within you? And I find that very hard to do that on any given day. And then it brought me to the role of the mother in the house. We juggle so much. Like, I'm not even talking about the housework or, bringing the kids off to their activities, etc. I'm talking about juggling the emotional needs of yourself, what's happening within you, and also the emotional needs of your children and, emotional needs of your partner. It's like this constant cycle of being the giver and, doing and the doer and the person with the solution and the finder of things. Like, we really are amazing goddesses, even in our kingdom we call home. We do so much and we expect little. But that level of pressure is a lot for women out there. Like, throw in a career and the needs that society and the pressures that society puts on us. And it just brought me to a time when I felt really, really stressed, when I had anxiety and panic attacks every day. And it was literally like something so small of someone leaving a cup on the draining board and not putting it in the dishwasher. I would explode, like literally hit the roof. And it brought me to thinking, what have I done to get to a stage where now I can be aware of the rattle beginning within me and that I can stop myself just before the pressure cooker explodes and I can calm myself down. And I feel a lot of women are in that space where they're finding it hard to have that inner balance and alignment within themselves and awareness to better overcome these emotions, to, not go near the pressure cooker. Like, it's so hard. So, if anyone listening here right now is just feeling the pressure and is feeling a bit overwhelmed by it all, I just wanted to reach out and say you're not the only one. There's many mothers out there that are suffering or struggling with the same pressures. In the 60s and 70s, when we fought for equal rights, we just wanted our voice heard and to be acknowledged. But maybe we moved too far into the masculine energy of the doing and the getting and the climbing up the ladder of success and the pressures that society have placed on us. Maybe we have gone so far over that balance and line threshold of feminine energy and masculine energy that a lot of women are struggling out there. Regardless if you're male or female, we all have a feminine and a masculine side to ourselves. The masculine energy is all about the doing, the logic, the being strategic, being assertive, can also be controlling, can also be from the ego, can also be very domineering, can also be very dog eat dog. That we put too much pressure on ourselves, that when we forget about our feminine energy, which is our feminine energy is all about being open, leading with the heart, being compassionate to ourselves and others, giving, sharing, being intuitive, listening to the inner wisdom coming from within, and being soft. And I don't mean soft in in your mindset, but just feeling soft and being soft in your approach to things, not being straight on the defense, which is the masculine energy. And also, the feminine energy is all about our emotions. When we're constantly in the masculine energy, we're repressing those emotions. We're suppressing them away. We're just pushing them to the side and we're careering straight ahead. But we're not giving ourselves time for stillness. And I think that's the key, that when we find ourselves feeling overwhelmed with all the juggling that we do on a daily basis, that we get so consumed in the masculine energy of we have to do this, we have to do that. And our vagus nervous system is completely in the fight or flight mode all of the time. That a simple thing of one of our kids putting a cup on a draining board and not in the dishwasher could literally set us off. So this is all about finding that balance and alignment between the masculine energy and the feminine energy. Create more stillness in your life. Create more time for yourself. Be open and surrender to the energies and the difficulties you may face. It's basically the chaos. if we look at our lives, we have filled it so much with absolute chaos that it's fine. It's hard when someone says, okay, you go into a new meditation course, or you go to a wellness event, and the facilitator says, okay, let's get out of our head and into our bodies. And you're like, what? How do I go from constantly being in my head, worrying, stressing, stuck in a mind loop, to then suddenly dropping that energy out of your head and into your body and really reconnecting with our whole body, being one? Well, the secret is, the direct link is the heart space and the feminine energy. But we also have, as women, and particularly mothers, we have the mommy guilt. What happens, we want to book for that wellness event, and it's like €30, £30, whatever. But then little Joey needs shoes, or, that money should really go towards the kids. But you can't fill from an empty cup. And we as mothers need to make sure that our energy is at a level that we're able to give and receive. Like, it's all about the balance. So yeah, you need to book onto that wellness event. And I'm not just saying that because I do wellness events, not at all. But I understand, of putting everyone else first before our own needs. When we really are tired and overwhelmed and we just want some time out, be it even a retreat. And when we fill from our cup and we do these events, and where we go to, even it doesn't have to be in a wellness event, it could just be a walk along the sea, a walk in the forest. You're intuitively being pulled and drawn to Mother Earth. Even that little walk is filling your own cup. That time out from the chaos of life, the demands of little small people. And I don't think it ever goes. My youngest is 9, my eldest is 23 years of age. You will always be a mother. And I think, when they're born and they're in the toddler years, you kind of say, when they're older, we'll be able to do this, we'll get our lives back and we'll do this. But it just is a completely different energy that you're dealing with. So it's about finding that balance within ourselves so that we can give, that we can love, we can be that passionate, that compassionate mother, and we can be loving and giving all at the same time, but also doing, The washing's always going to be there. There's always going to be laundry left to do. That day when you really just need that little walk along the beach and there's a mountain full of laundry, leave it. It'll be there again tomorrow. But you might not feel okay tomorrow. So making yourself a priority is not being selfish. And I think society has conditioned us to think that, if we put ourselves first, we're being selfish. No, you're filling your cup. And that is not being selfish. It's about being aware. And it's being about aware of your needs, how you feel. We have come to the end of this week's episode. I hope that you enjoyed everything that we covered today. If you're interested in what I do and who I am, you can always go to my website, spiritualwellnesschristine.com, where you can book in for a session and where you can sign up to my newsletter. You can also go over to Instagram, where you probably get the most up-to-date access. My handle is @spiritualwellnesschristine. With all that being said, I hope you have a wonderful week, and I'm looking forward to seeing you here next week. May your mind be at peace, your body in harmony, love in your heart, and your spirit free. Have a good one.